Hi, I'm Mel Dorr, Chicago psychic, medium, and intuitive consultant. I haven't been on for a while because I've had a couple deaths in my family. My uncle in Kentucky died. I'm from Kentucky originally, and I live in Chicago now for the past 35 years. And then 6 days later, my aunt in Kentucky died. So I drove from Chicago to Kentucky and then came back to Chicago, had to go all the way back. And then now I understand that I just got word that one of my first cousins died in Kentucky. So that's three deaths: my mother's youngest brother, my mother's sister, my mother's nephew, in a period of 2 weeks. We also have an ill relative in Ohio, so we're sending them lots of love and healing. I want to thank you so very much to everyone who's been so supportive, and thanks to Linda Grendo, Comanche Psychic, in Northern California. I'll scoot over a little bit. She sent these lovely basket. It's got all kinds of living plants in there. It's got rosemary and some peppers, and I think this is Hawaiian ginger. It's just absolutely beautiful. So I try to get it in the frame so you can see it. And every time I get a little bit down, I think of that. Linda's a wonderful psychic and a wonderful lady. So Linda, thank you very much. I admire her work. I haven't had a chance to watch her channel recently, but I did get a chance to catch up. We're going to end up going to Ohio in a couple weeks, so I'm trying to get a video posted. I posted one about 3 weeks ago and promised another one, but due to everything in the family, anyway, thanks everybody for your healing energy. And another special thank you to my great niece in Kentucky. I love to cook. And I love gathering recipes. I love to cook Italian food, Southern food, any kind of food. And she sent me this culinary history of Kentucky. It's going to look backwards to you all. But anyway, she's the apple of my eye, and she's got a daughter, my great niece. So I originally was born and raised in Kentucky, right outside of Louisville. I said Louisville, that's how you pronounce it. I went to high school there. I went to college there. I studied psychology because I was looking for answers for ESP. And then I minored in folklore. So I love to hear about ethnic music and recipes and ethnic dress. And so anyway, thanks to my niece. Okay. I also want to send healing energy and prayers to the people in Northern California. And Linda has to weather that whole firestorm up there. And also in Oregon. I understand that it's just really an inferno, almost like an Armageddon. And I heard Donald Trump's words when they asked him, please, climate change is real. Look at what's going on. And he said, well, it'll start getting cooler, just watch. Duh. Donald, the last time I thought about anything, isn't it kind of true that in autumn things get cooler? News to me. Shocker. Okay, that one goes down with one of the brightest things, and whatever. I just heard that this Caputo said that the scientists at the CDC are engaging in sedition. Oh, goodness. For those of you who don't know what sedition means, it means conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or a monarch. I think the only one creating sedition is Donald Trump. He's talking about career scientists. And then this Caputo is telling people to go out and buy ammunition and guns because the left wing is sponsoring some kind of coup d'etat. Thought that Trump was doing all that. Anyway, I have to laugh because it's so ridiculous. When I look at the COVID thing, it's frightening. When I heard the comments on tape to Woodward when Trump said it's airborne. He knew it was airborne and he downplayed it. And then his comeback was, well, I didn't want to incite a panic. Oh, he's the one that was telling everybody, wasn't the governor, he told the governor of Washington or some state when that governor closed things down that he's a snake, that this is not real, that COVID is nothing to worry about, it'll go away. 195,000 Americans dead. 195,000. And people say, well, people die of the flu. Excuse me, not 195,000 in 6 months. You know, we're entering the age of truth, and truth shall prevail. I don't want to be negative. It's hard not to be. I feel like we'll get through this storm. I'm still predicting that Biden will win, but I do warn Democrats and independents have to be very careful, because if we're not, it could very easily put Cheeto Head in office another 4 years, and I dread thinking about that possibility. People have been bringing up the Durham Report and what that's going to bring about. Supposedly, Trump is investigating the people that investigated him. Shocker. Typical Donald. And I understand that one top attorney there resigned because Bill Barr was putting pressure on them to get this out before the election. Well, I still feel that Bill Barr is going to have his downfall. And it's sad that I had heard before him joining the forces of becoming a minion of Trump that he had been a decent person. Of course, I wonder if he ever was a decent person. Otherwise, he wouldn't have joined the minions of Trump. I see him under indictment. I feel that Bannon and the 3 that were arrested with him, the Ponzi scam, give me money, I'll build a wall. I think they're going to use him to testify against Trump. I just started reading Cohen's book, and I haven't finished it yet, but it is really shocking. And every time I think that nothing more can shock me with the Trump administration, something else comes up. As I've said before, intuitively, I see many indictments coming down. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty, Donald, back together again. I think when Trump loses, you know, I heard something about martial law and all that. I don't think he's going to do that, but I do think that he's going to question the results of the election. You know, I'm still a little bit nervous that we're not out of the woods yet. So I do like the Lincoln Project. I've been watching that. That's Republicans against Trump. So I wonder, I think that'll help swing the tide of the election as well toward Biden. Interesting fact, Kellyanne Conway, I know it's old news right now, but she resigned because said less drama and more mama. How much drama is she talking about? She worked for Trump. I've got a feeling her daughter is going to come out with a book, an explosive book, kind of telling all about that whole situation. At any rate, I've been doing a lot of meditating, and I'm seeing all kinds of good stuff coming out, like the DNA test. Ooh. Well, I won't say he did it, but the DNA is going to be a match. Of course, Donald will say that the test results were skewed, they lied. It's a plot. I think more is going to come out about the Mueller report. And Linda Grindle said that Donald Trump would be indicted or arrested for treason. And I'm feeling something like that. Of course, I'm having a hard time seeing him go to jail, but Donald Trump really needs to watch his health. I feel something going on in his head. Of course, they think you have to have a brain for that. but I'm really feeling issues with his health, and I don't wish anyone harm, but yet I'm seeing some health issues with him. I think there's going to be just indictment after indictment after indictment. I just don't understand how anyone can deny the things that are going on, the COVID pandemic. Nothing was done. You know, thousands and thousands of lives could have been saved had they just taken action and done more. How can you say that these scientists are guilty of sedition? The whole thing with hurricanes, there's 5 and there's one coming toward Biloxi. I pray for the people there. It just goes on and on. But it's going to be getting colder soon. Anyway, I just wanted to get something up, let you guys know that I'm still around, and I'll put more videos up in the near future. I know this one's kind of rambly, and I apologize for that. There was just a lot I wanted to talk about. Once I look at Bob Woodward's book, I'll be very excited to see what that says. So here again, back to the Durham Report, I really think it's going to be a lot of nothing. And it might even, I think, is going to go against Trump because it's going to look pretty fishy. I think that a lot of these big name politicians are going to be, as I said, under indictment for collusion, conspiracy, lying to Congress. You know, I heard somebody say during the Nixon years that it's not necessarily the crime, but the cover up to get you. So, Mr. Barr, you better start playing Monopoly and try to get your do not go to jail card out. People in Donald's administration, same thing. I also see indictments brought against Rudy Giuliani for some sort of collusion and then lying to Congress as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, I'm still predicting that Biden will be our next president. And I can see things getting back to more normalcy. But as my friend and student Beverly said, tighten your seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride. Anyway, I hope everyone stays well and safe. Thank you for your kind and well wishes. Thank you, Linda, for the beautiful basket. And we'll talk soon. Meanwhile, namaste.